I love when you make that.
All right, we're back live for part 2. We were just checking to see if the first part actually recorded. This thing says that we are live. We're streaming somewhere. It could be
New Zealand.
beamed to outer space.
Could be on Mars because they say
but
there's water there. So apparently,
either way, it says
there might be life there right now watching us.
There's 0 people watching us talk right now. Our kids are upstairs changing poopy diapers. So that if you hear yelling in the background, that's what's happening.
That's life.
Yeah, this is real life, real people, real house, real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so back to our class. So we had our second class, and I hear screaming up there. Somebody's not happy.
Somebody's got poop.
Yeah. So, boom, kids. So the first thing that they really talked about was the difference. The whole class, I think, was the difference between men and women.
Yes, which really spoke to me.
Yeah. And just how men and women feel.
Yes.
Money issues.
So, for instance, when it comes to financial problems, men lose self-esteem because money usually represents a scorecard to men. Where
good reading score.
Is that right? Really what it
said?
No,
that's what it said.
Okay. And women face fear or even terror because money usually represents security to women. I thought
children are getting closer.
Children are getting closer, so you will not actually get to hear us.
All right. Be gentle with your brother. Gentle.
There we go.
All right. Pinkies in the mouth, hopefully.
So Dave Ramsey gave a visual, and he said, on the side of a woman, she has this gland, imaginary gland, where she needs to feel security. So if the gland is not being filled with the sense of security, she is feeling very, very scared. And that gland is in relationship to the finances of the family. And I got really teary-eyed because that totally made sense to me. And I have a husband who's working, just unbelievable hours. He can't wait. He can't work more than he's working.
Can't drive more than
Yeah, that too. And so it just broke my heart because I know that this gland is full of fear. It's full of terror. But I don't blame him because I know he's trying to do the very best he can.
You don't blame me today.
I don't blame you today.
This isn't always the case.
I don't think that's true.
Well,
I get worried about our financial situation, and I get upset. So it just depends on how close I am in my cycle, ladies. You know what I'm talking about.
All right. So anyway, we talked about the difference between men and women, and how women
process it differently
emotionally, and men, don't process it so emotionally.
Yeah.
Right?
It has more to do with the man's sense of his self-esteem.
Yes. And we talked about if you're a nerd or a free spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And you came in as a nerd.
Yeah, we had to take a quiz, and we weren't allowed to watch each other put our answers in. And I think I laughed through the entire quiz, which apparently our leader found hysterical. He thought for sure that I was going to come up as a free spirit, and I didn't.
Yeah, I was a free spirit. And Heather, I was a score of 6-4 nerd to free spirit, and Heather was 6-4 nerd. So,
although, we weren't super, super strong on one or the other, though. No. So I think we both
some of the answers were some of the questions were hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like recipes should be followed precisely. Like rules, recipes are suggestions just to do a dash here and a dash there. Well, sometimes when I make a recipe, I do follow it exactly like it says, and then sometimes I change it, and oftentimes it doesn't work out real well when you change it.
Yeah, and the thing is I answered recipes should be precisely followed like rules because when I first got married, I didn't know how to cook. So that's the only thing I could do. But then I showed on Periscope yesterday that I basically just did a kind of Dave Ramsey style rice, what was it, rice and beans, beans and rice. I just threw stuff together. And so I kind of did the opposite of what I supposedly am. I'm supposedly a nerd, but I acted very free-spirited yesterday. So it's not as cut and dry as you think.
Yeah, and then one of them was you are always on time, or you show up on time, give or take 15 minutes. So I try to always be on time, but I have an hour commute, hour and 15-minute commute that could be a 2.5-hour commute. And at that point, I hate everyone else on the road because I'm going to be late. So I want always, but like when we're trying to get out the door to church, we are, church attendance time, we're 80% late.
Yes.
Maybe 90% late. That's very
Well, the fact of the matter is when you're going to work, you realize that your career relies on that. And so I think you have more of an intensity to get out the door. Whereas with church, there's grace, and we have a family, and there's a lot of other stuff.
It's embarrassing, to walk into church and be the last person to hand off your kid. And
now, see, that doesn't embarrass me at all.
I hate dropping off my kids late.
I know, but I'm a mom, and I realize, I'm like, listen, we had a poopy diaper, we had a runny nose, we had wet hair. So I'm thinking of all the reasons.
But isn't that the stuff that the child care workers want to they're there, they're volunteering, and they're like, hey, I want to change poopy diapers. I want to wipe snot. I want wet clothes. And they're just waiting. They're standing there, and they're like, hey, just be on time for church. We'll do all your stuff.
That's why they volunteered to do that
all of your crap. Just get here on time.
That's exactly right.
But we can't manage to do that one. So, and this one says you organize your shirts by color, or you will when you get home.
In my dream life, I would get it all done.
You're doing good just to get your shirts hung up. I mean, that's definitely us.
Yeah.
That's both of us.
You should see our closet.
It's a disaster. This one says you spend more time planning the vacation than the vacation itself, or vacations are more fun when the calendar's blank and you just go. Our last vacation, we planned everything out.
We did a whole calendar. People were like, oh, you should sell this. Yeah, this is a great idea.
But it was horrible.
We couldn't do it.
After the first couple of days, we had to throw it out. I wanted to kill it. I hated that calendar. I couldn't deal with all the planning. I just wanted to do nothing.
I just wanted to relax.
Yeah, so that was, we tried planning, and we planned and planned and planned, and then we threw it out because it sucked. So, hey.
It's true. Awful.
Rules are important and should be followed. Rules are more like suggestions to be considered. I don't know.
Well, when it comes to the Bible, yes, I think I should follow what the Bible says. Now, when other people give me rules, I might consider them more as suggestions to be followed.
Yeah. Clutter is annoying and frustrates you. It's not clutter, it's character. We live in clutter, but it frustrates me.
Yes. I think we would totally both agree on that.
So it's like clutter's not
we both contribute to clutter. At the same time, we hate clutter, but life keeps going along, and there's only so many hours in the day, and you have to prioritize if you're going to clean up the clutter or if you're actually going to get some sleep that day. So, I don't know.
Anyway, so we talked about nerds and free spirits and guys and girls.
We were supposed to somehow decide who was the nerd, who was the free spirit.
Yeah. Talked about singles and how they should, if you were single, how you would handle having an accountability person to help you through this.
Right.
And then we were assigned, we talked about kids and how to get your kids involved with
learning.
Yeah, his daughter came out and talked.
Rachel.
She was very, very
She's terrific.
Entertaining.
Yes.
Gave us some good ideas of stuff we want to work on with the kids, like the commissions thing, assigning chores and giving them a commission for every chore completed, as opposed to giving them a allowance.
Yes, and she was specific in saying that there should be some chores that are just what you do because you're part of the family, but then there should be other responsibilities that are paid because you want to have them to have something to work with to put into 3 places, which was a give, save, and spend jar. And
Or envelope.
or envelopes. It kind of depended on what age they were to show them visually what was going on. And then, which I thought was cool, which I hadn't heard them say before, was that by the age of, I think, 13 and older, to have them open a checking account so that they can start to learn how to balance a checkbook. Great knowledge.
Then they handed out our homework, which is we have to revisit our budget today, and we will have our first meeting. What was it called? What's that meeting called? What's the thing with the rules on it?
You mean the nerd and free spirit? Like,
No, not that. Oh, our
Yeah.
budget committee meeting.
show them the picture, even if they can't read it.
Yes. If you look at this in a mirror, if you hold a mirror up this way, this would look, I think, if you stand
It would
up-
reverse
yeah,
the
it would
word-
reverse. So you just need to
words.
watch us with a mirror. Always have a mirror handy. So we have a budget committee meeting tonight,
Yeah.
and it said that the men should always be in charge. Tell the women what to do, basically.
And we
I
should
mean,
just be completely submissive and not say a word.
yeah. So it's gonna be great. We're just gonna sit down, and I'm gonna look over the finances, and then I'm gonna
And we're just
tell.
supposed to live with it.
Then I just tell Heather what to do, and she follows the rules. No, this is not. It did not say that. Of course it did
Don't
not
even
say
think. We don't want Dave Ramsey to
It
think we're
did
telling
not.
lies
It
about
did
his.
not say that. The nerd is supposed to, I think, do the budget. So we've already done the budget. She'll go and adjust it, and then we'll sit down if she can find me, because I'm supposed to go to the meeting. And,
Since he's the free spirit, I'm supposed to track him down
yeah, I could,
and make him come to the
yeah,
meeting.
I mean, who knows?
He might just like drive away,
who knows?
go do something.
Yeah, I mean, I could be anywhere, but she's supposed to come find me, and the meeting is not supposed to last more than 17 minutes. I don't know if that was a joke or
I think
serious or
that's a
not.
joke. I think that's nearly impossible.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a meeting, and I expect lots of cursing, smashing stuff, probably break some stuff, throw some stuff against the wall. And
Because we're great Christians.
yes,
We really
yeah,
fit that Christian mold.
yeah. I haven't had a drink for 7.5 months, but there could very well be drinking tonight at the budget committee meeting.
Oh
gnashing
Lord,
of teeth.
please help us. Whatever we
Tears.
say, let it not just
Tears.
hurt people.
Hopefully the police won't be here. That's all I could say. So anyway, we're gonna have this meeting. We're gonna hash it out and try to fine tune it. We
Yeah.
kind of got some basics down. Heather's gonna go and look at it, make some adjustments where she
Right,
thinks.
because like for instance, I'm with the kids and I kind of see our day-to-day needs. Like we're homeschoolers, so I have a little bit more of an idea of how much it costs in a year to pay for like school books, school activities. I tend to be the one who keeps an eye on how many birthdays and holiday events we have, so I know like maybe it's not going to work right now, but eventually we'll be able to have an envelope in which we save for Christmas, which we save for Thanksgiving, because believe it or not, we spend a lot of extra money on Thanksgiving meals, right?
That's true. I didn't think
Even
about
Halloween, if it's costumes or if it's candy to give out,
that.
there's just so
that's
many
good stuff.
little things that we forget about, but then they all of a sudden, yeah. So I'm the one who's more in tune to that because that's my day-to-day life. So I'll be able to speak to those things as we tweak our budget.
So we're gonna have our budget committee meeting. We have to download the rules for this committee meeting, which I already did somewhere. And then we have a reading assignment.
And the reading assignment is really a summarization of what we saw in the video. So it just helps keep it on our minds during the week.
And the nice thing, I don't know if you've gone to the FPU online site, but there's all kinds of tutorials and videos about all kinds, things relating to money. I was watching one today on the debt snowball concept, and there's all kinds of great resources.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
On there.
Fantastic resource.
Yeah.
And Dave Ramsey's funny. He is. He's got a lot of energy. And you know what? I could really tell, especially in the second session, that this is not a drain to him because it's a passion that God gave him. And I know that people have different opinions about how he rubs them. He rubs some people the wrong way. He's going to tell you the truth. And that truth might be abrasive and hurt, but he's not going to keep from telling the truth because he wants people to be healed. He wants people to be set free. He wants their futures to be changed as well as their kids' futures to be changed. So he tells it like it is. And quite honestly, I respect that a lot because I'm so tired of, in our culture, of this, oh, it's going to just be okay, honey. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change. It'll be all right. You have to change. You have to get sick and tired of where you are. You have to be so sick of being the same way. And I think I'd like to say that Michael and I are tired of that. And here is time for change.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've summarized the class. Our Dave and Phil, those are the two guys, right?
Yeah.
They're doing a great job
with
the class. And it's been fun being there.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hammering out our budget and getting back next week and seeing what the next steps are. I said earlier, looking at, possibly selling the car. We'll be talking about that tonight too. And, getting this debt snowball thing going, but we need to get that emergency fund. So we've got a freezer we're going to sell. We have a crib and a changing table that we're going to sell.
Right.
And look for other stuff we can.
We're going to scour our attic, scour
yeah.
our garage, scour even any electronics that we have that we're really not using. We're going to do everything we can. We're even looking at a rental that we own to sell.
Yeah, we're talking about selling it.
Yeah, talking about it because we've got to get some traction.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to get going on our homework.
Right.
Time's flying away, so that's all we got. We will see you next time.